Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and for today's No Buy video, I want to talk about sort of a quarter of the year recap. So we're 4 months in if you started when I started January 1st, so congratulations. This is me applauding you. You've done an amazing job. I kind of wanted to do an overview and some of the things I've learned and look at stuff. So I think, but if you're watching this, you've probably seen my inventory video. I can't stress how crucial it is to make an inventory of everything you own. It has been the single most helpful thing I have done so far, other than making these videos to hold myself accountable. So when I go and I look at my inventory, I've been marking as I've been using things to see. So for my paper, when I use up an entire product, I fill the whole square. I've been doing sort of a sepia olive green theme, and I've been plugging away at using my sketchbooks. And this is what it looks like a third of the way in. Now, for this side, I have used and then I have done. I have a second column in case I use up some of these products, and that's not likely for most of this stuff. But a third of the way into the year, I can see what I've been using, what I haven't been using. And the reason this is so important to sort of chart as I go is to see where my money was best spent. So when I go to do a budget for next year, I go to do a shopping list for next year, I go to repurchase some of these things I have used next year, I will have a better sense of, yeah, that was something I wanted. I didn't use that or use that up. It does keep going. These are more of my pen and inks. And I can see that I need to charcoal at some point this year because I haven't done that. So it also reminds me, hey, don't forget to pick up some of the stuff that you have that you enjoy doing. Don't forget to do a challenge that incorporates that. So it's a reminder. It's also like a glaring thing that I own some stuff that I haven't used. And I either need to figure out how to work that in or move on from that and use my money in places where I do spend quality time. So either because my budget, when I go to do a budget video, it's going to be sort of firm. Because with this pendulum swinging really far this direction of not buying anything, I have to make sure that in 2023, it doesn't swing super far the other way and I go crazy. Look at all the money I saved. I could spend twice as much. Nope, not doing that. So I just need, this is how I'm tracking it. It looks a little, wow, she keeps attention to everything. Now this doesn't have to be in book form. This could be a spreadsheet. This could be a digital thing. It could be in any format you want, or it could be in your mind. Maybe you can remember all the things. I cannot remember all the things. I can't. I'm too tired. My brain says no. This is my Etsy page, so there won't be anything marked off. But I have been using some of my things, and it's nice to see. So this is definitely helpful. These are all the notes I made. Yep. I haven't wanted anything just yet. Don't worry, that'll get filled in. I want to talk about lessons I've learned. So for drawing challenges in January, I did a monochromatic drawing challenge. I don't recommend doing that. Looking back on what I know now, doing something monochromatic means you're only using that one supply, and you're using that one supply up, like all the way up. And unless you have tons of backups, which I only had one backup, I burned into my backup as well. And that made me nervous. And going forward into the next months, I don't like having that emotion weighing somewhere in my subconscious, continuing on with me going, okay, well, you only have a little bit of that one color of this one product and you have nothing else like that. No. So I would recommend that If you're starting a no-buy, or you haven't done a lot of art challenges so far this year, or whatever your path or journey is, that if you choose to do something monochromatically, you save it to the end of the year. That way, if you start to run out, you're at the end of the year anyway, and you won't have long to feel nervous or worried or concerned about it. February, I learned that I should have made sure I used every single art supply that I owned before I started a no-buy, because I owned some General's chalk pastel pencils and I had never used them for a 30-day challenge. I had never used some of the colors, and then when I went to, I absolutely hated them, and that is reflected with all the different things that I wanted in February. There's a huge, bit larger list of wants and needs and boredom things that could have possibly tanked my progress because I didn't try all the art supplies that I used before I began this journey and incorporating those into an art challenge. So, my piece of advice would be, either going forward or starting now, make sure you've tested, swatched, and used your stuff multiple times in a row, so you are very familiar with what you own, so you are not tempted to want to buy replacements. March, that's the timer money challenge, or money lesson. I learned that because I cannot spend money, I therefore am spending more time. I cannot purchase convenience products that will save me time. I have to add the time on to the amount I have for creating. So if I have a 3-hour window to create, and I know I'm drawing something very detailed that takes a full 3 hours, but I don't have certain convenience things for if I change my mind or want to add something to it, I should have allotted myself 3.5 hours. And part of that is mental prep, list preparedness, different things that help me when I go to do a challenge. Because if I'm constantly trying to figure out what I need instead, that's taking time away from creating. So, if I can't spend the money, I'm going to spend the time. So I learned in March, just allow for more time for creating. You're going to need it. April, I learned a tough lesson. I learned that what I picture in my mind is not going to be what I get on the page. And that may be something that folks wrestle with in general for specific things they're working on, or specific things for short-term and long-term creative and illustration goals. But because I don't have certain colors, and I never will for the next, I don't know, 2/3 of a year, my vision has drastically changed. And I have to be okay with that. And I can't fight that, or be disappointed in that, or bored with that. I can't be anything negative about my stuff not looking the way I want it to look, because that will tank my motivation, which will tank my inspiration, which will tank me wanting to create and actually producing something. So just embracing that nothing's going to look like how I want it to look to some extent, and that this is probably going to get more prevalent as the year continues, as I continue to run out of products, and I know I don't have enough for doing a 30-day challenge or something of that extent, that there's going to be a lot of compromising, and that's okay. And this is sort of more of just a mental thing going, well, that's what this looks like. This is what a no-buy looks in, once you've made it 1/3 of the way through to the year, you come to the realization that it is what it is, and welcome to the no-buy. And I have to tell myself that, like, this is what a no-buy looks like. It looks like I'm adding more time. It looks like I'm changing up the illustration to kind of get it the way I want it to look. It's letting go of that sort of mental perfection that I want to have that I just don't have. And it's, quit trying to do things monochromatically. It stresses you out. So I have started a 2023 shopping list. And right now it's bare bones and basic, but I want to show you just what I have for being a third of the way into the year. I have a phone battery, a camera battery, a circle stencil, distilled water, silica packets, and a hair dryer. So a lot of this is for mold, for my watercolors and keeping my art supplies dry. A lot of this is sort of utilitarian for my channel. And then I get to the fun bits, watercolor sketchbooks. I have circle stencil twice apparently. Some more colored pencils in convenience colors that save time, and then gouache or acrylics. So it's very small right now. I'm going to assume that this list is going to grow. I will do a full video just on shopping, and then at some point next year, I will do one haul video or one come shopping with me or something, and that'll be it. I will only be purchasing once a year going forward, because when I do teeny tiny purchases over the course of the year, I forget to add it up and I can't keep to a budget. So I hope this sort of review helped. I really want folks to sort of have a mental inventory of what they own. This is so, so helpful. I hope you have a wonderful day. The No Buy In Depth will be Sunday, May 15th. The No Buy May check-in is the last Sunday of the month. That'll be May 29th. There will be 3 No Buy videos in July. So we will do a 6-month review Sunday, July 3rd. I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.